beautiful day for golf.
We're not good enough golfers.
Where is the beverage cart? Can't believe I paid money for this.
Welcome back to another episode of the Ridge Golf Podcast. Thanks for joining us, boys. I hope you're all doing well.
Yes.
Good. So big news for Jordan. Let's hear it.
I shot a 40 on the first 9 of our. I just went to Hickory Grove, and that's probably the best. I'm pretty sure, as far as I know, that's the best I've ever shot. And then I proceeded to shoot a 47 on the back 9, but
That's
still pretty good.
yeah, it's probably even with the 47. I think that's the lowest, like 18 hole total of 87 is the lowest that I've ever golfed. I like in my 18 birdies app, it asked you what your some of your goals are, and one of my goals was to break 90. So I did that. I broke that goal. And
Hooray!
I think that's the only goal I set was break 90. So I don't have to golf anymore. So I'm good. So you guys,
you're just done for the year then, huh?
Yep, I'll
Retired?
just go along. I'll
Up?
be your guys' caddy. I don't need to golf. I'll just give you advice since I'm practically on the PGA Tour now. So
We need another fluffer. Sounds good.
that's one thing I don't do. I follow the rules. I don't fluff. All right. I'm not a fluffer.
Any good shots? Any hole-in-ones, birdies, pars?
I had 2 birdies, and then I'd say the most I had the second hole was the worst hole I had, which is a double bogey. Otherwise, all I had was pars, birdies, and bogeys all
Good
the rest
work.
of the way.
Not too shabby.
Don't get too good now. We're going to have to kick you out of the group.
Oh, don't worry. Yesterday, me and the lady went golfing, and I shot a 48, so I'm back to normal.
There we go.
Make sure your handicap reflects that 40 so we don't get screwed later on.
I mean, that's just a anomaly. I don't want
gonna
to
bump you up.
Don't hold it against me.
It's going to bump you up to tier 1 for your next golf trip.
No, that doesn't count. That doesn't count for that. And the way I golfed at that, I will not be a tier 1 or 2, maybe even, probably a 3, but it wasn't good.
No.
But yeah, that's
Well,
my
good
excitement.
work. That is exciting. That's never happened to the other 3 of us. So
Well,
speak
maybe.
for yourself.
Yeah, you don't know that.
I'm pretty sure I know that.
well,
Yeah, it hasn't happened for me. So
Yeah.
I also shot a 48 recently, so right on par with you. Same score.
all right.
I went and played the Bridges course in Madison. I don't know if you guys ever played that one.
Lake
Oh,
has, I
yeah.
think.
Mhm.
That's a pretty cool one because occasionally you get big giant airplanes flying over your head, and I told my buddy I was with, I was like, when I was just about to tee off and the airplane started coming in, so I teed it up real good, and I was like, watch this, I'm gonna give this airplane a nice show here. Took a big old swing at it, got directly underneath it. I think I damn near hit the airplane. That thing went straight up in the air. They were very impressed. That plane was I think they did a standing ovation after that.
We played that last year. I can't remember what hole it was, but it looked straight at the airport, and there was 3 fighter jets that took off one right after another. Right.
Yeah, we were playing that very same hole this time, and it was the day it was super hazy, like Tuesday, with all that Canada wildfire smoke. So there was like a nice haze over the airport, and a big Black Hawk helicopter started taking off right there, and it was literally staring, it was like you could have framed it. It was 10 feet above the green, staring straight at you, like you were just shooting straight at this Black Hawk. It was pretty sweet with the haze around it. It looked like it was straight out of a movie scene,
I bet those planes get blamed a lot for bad games. I would be blaming it a lot, I feel like.
Yeah. Tight, not super tight fairways, but if you lose a ball left or right, that thing is gone. Marsh and weeds everywhere, a lot of water, and I just lost a few balls that day, let's say.
Well,
I think that's why it's called Bridges.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, that's why it's called Bridges.
No, not that many bridges though. I think I only went over maybe 1, maybe 2 bridges. So I guess 2 is technically all you need for it to be called bridges. So I guess it checks out.
Taught you a lesson.
the putt game was strong that day. That's how I was able to stay at 48. Like the rest of the game was average, but I was 2-putting everything, and then made a couple nice long ones that I don't normally make. So that was nice.
Cool.
Yeah, that's kind of how it ended up. Like I was hitting decent shots. Like every once in a while, I'd slice one, which happens, but I was hitting good like second shots, getting on the green, and then a couple of them I was within, where I'd get a birdie or it'd be definitely 2-putt where I stayed within, and getting a gimme or whatever.
Yep,
I was definitely the short game that helped with the slicing or taking down on the scorecard.
2-putt versus 3-putt makes a pretty significant difference.
Yeah, you do that on 3-4 holes, and it's a big difference in your score.
Yep.
So last week we talked about we kind of ended on Brady's submarine joke, and so we're going to talk about
Rest in peace.
Pieces.
So we were going to talk.
Jeez, Brady. Take it easy, man. This is still fresh. This is new.
We were going to talk about the dangers of golf. What are some of the dangers? And that actually reminded me of something I haven't thought about for like 10 years. I actually used to work with a guy that got struck by lightning on.
Yeah, I really wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah, I can't remember where he was at, but somewhere southwest Wisconsin, and he said it wasn't even really bad out. It was kind of cloudy, and next thing you knew, he just woke up on the fairway like that.
Shit, that's scary.
Creepy.
Yeah.
He said he had you could see it too. He had a chain, like he always wears a gold chain, and you could kind of see a red line still of where that was at when he got struck. Yeah,
Nice little permanent tattoo there.
I got struck by
Permanent
lightning.
brand there, yeah.
Maybe some bragging rights.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a good one. Or I was thinking if people play around us, they got to watch out.
Definitely.
I mean, I've hit a person within the last month, so yep, definitely not playing around us is wise. Yeah.
I think like yelling 4 is like obviously the right thing to do, but how often do they actually hear it? Like I've yelled it and there's no response. Like, I mean, I don't know. And every time that I've had a ball hit me, I don't think I've ever heard it. I'm sure people are saying it, but I mean, chances are you're probably just going to get hit if you're going to hear it too late.
Yeah, it's hard enough for me to track my own ball, let alone when someone yells 4 for me to look up and be able to find it in the sky to avoid it. Basically, when someone says it, I just duck and cover more or less. Like,
yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's what, like, if I hear it, I'm not even looking like that direction. I'm just kind of like, ducking my head and then waiting like 5 seconds and see if I hear anything or if I get knocked out or something.
I know when Lodi hole 8 is on top of hole 7 and it's covered by some trees, so you don't see people on the tee box on 7. And Jordan and I have been standing there before and just hear somebody drive, and then just like 2 feet in front of us, it'll just drop right on the tee box from
what the
top.
Shit is this? Where did this
free ball?
Yeah.
Jackpot, free ball.
Guy comes down there. You guys see a ball down here? Nope, I didn't see anything. Might want to check those, woods up there.
That's what I would say. Like, I heard some rustling in the woods there a second ago.
Yeah, you see that big patch of poison ivy? I think it landed right around there.
Yeah, that's another one. I don't know if anybody, have you guys ever got poison ivy while golfing?
Not poison ivy, but the nettles. Got the nettles.
George, you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, I heard it too. I was disregard it.
Yeah. I think I got poison oak last year from the Lancaster back 9, digging in some of the long grass there.
Yeah, there I could see it.
But it wasn't too bad. It was just a little spot on my arm and then like on my leg. It didn't get terrible, but
were you looking for your ball or just ball hounding?
Looking for my ball.
Okay. Yeah.
And I didn't even find it, so it wasn't even worth it.
I know we've been in Galena before, and there's been some pretty questionable spots. If I don't have pants on, I'm like, no, I'm not going in there.
Not worth it.
Or snakes. I've seen a lot of snakes down in Galena, like not poisonous ones, but if I'm just like looking around, just doing a little ball hounding, I'll just see what snake vibe like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I bet you see plenty of trouser snakes down there.
With you guys, yeah.
Check. Do not golf Galena. Not a big fan of the snakes. So
I've never seen one, but I guess I'm not as much of a ball
Digging for
hunt as,
balls,
like,
yeah.
yeah. Like I'll
Really?
do it if I look for mine. Like I have never seen one. I don't remember that if I did.
Yes, I don't think I've ever seen one on a golf course.
I know I've seen like 5 there for sure.
Used to
I
see
know
little gardener snakes on the disc golf course in Platteville, but nothing more than like a foot long.
I know on the south course, I think it's hole 8 where it drops down. It's par 3, drops down by the water right there, by like the lake. I know that some years there's geese hatching down there, and if you get close to them, they get a little hostile.
Yeah, geese are assholes, dude.
Platteville had those that one time we went, Brady. You remember that? That was like a year or 2 ago. There was some there. Yeah, I didn't get even close. I was like, nope, I know what you guys can do.
Yeah, they'll hiss at you and chase you away.
They're
Sound
mean.
like
They
snakes.
are.
You don't mess with Canadian gooses.
I got that
Where's it home
reference.
in Canada.
Yeah. There's been some close calls tipping golf carts, you know, when you get on a real hilly slope, if you're driving on the side of it, not even like really driving crazy, but just like sometimes you come up on a slope and you think it'll be fine and you get on it and you're like, oh, this is steeper than I thought. Like
I was gonna say, one of mine was gonna be if the person who's driving has a couple too many cervezas and they're driving kind of sporadically. I've had a couple guys with me nervous before, and I've been nervous too because they get pretty cocky in those golf carts, and yeah, that can be kind of dangerous pretty quick, especially if they don't see a sand trap.
Well, that's what happened. So in Galena, there's a course called the General, and 4 years ago they had to switch the front 9 with the back 9 because the back 9 has a lot more hills on it, steep grades that
Pretty
you're going
steep,
through.
yeah, going down paths and stuff. Yeah.
So by the time people would make the turn, they'd be pretty lit up by then. And I think they had a couple incidences where a golf cart went tumbling down the hill. So now when you play,
getting a
you're
little
actually
too crazy.
Yeah, you're actually playing the back 9 first, and then you go around to the front 9. It's a little bit less dangerous, I should say.
When we went with Wazel and Getch to the Spring Green course, that north course we played, remember the hole where he took that free drop where it's like kind of a long drive through the woods and then a big loop around and then it's all downhill coming to that tee box? Wazel was just hauling donkey down that thing, and then he goes and just locks up the brakes and he skidded a good like 8 to 10 feet, tires screaming before he finally came to a stop on that tee box. Like
I was saying, once those go sideways, yeah, that's they're easy to tip.
Yeah, he wasn't going sideways, but he basically slid from the the white tees to the red tees all the way down,
Well, they got Turf Saver tires on them. They're not that aggressive,
Not gripping anything.
Yeah.
No, I've never been. So I can say I've never golfed down south, so I don't even know what's there, like reptile wise, like gators or
Gators. I've seen videos of big old gators crossing the course.
Yeah.
No,
there was that one. I don't know what golfer it was, professional golfer, but there was a gator right on the bank, kind of thing, where his ball was at, or whatever, and he goes up and just taps it, and it just runs right into the water. Like, that was kind of cool to see that. But they're probably so used to them on those courses.
Yeah, that's where a lot of those golfers live, is down in Florida. So
Yep. Everyday thing.
My ball's within like 10 feet of a gator. That gator can have that ball.
No, I'm wrestling that gator for that ball. My ball.
Blake's like, you give me that ball, you son of a bitch.
Eats the ball, Blake jumps on its back, pries its mouth open.
People's elbow is the top of his head.
Ace Ventura style.
Yeah.
glub.
I think one thing, going back to like talking about like how people got to watch when we're golfing or whatever, one danger, and I always tell people to back up right away. Like if they stand just a little bit in front of you off to the side, I'm like, don't, because like there is a good chance with this pressure, I am just gonna hit it directly sideways and hit you. Stand behind me. I do not feel like hitting anybody today.
Isn't that how your buddy's dad got smoked in the head?
Pretty much, yeah. We were kind of standing directly sideways, and I've never seen one go straight sideways, but it did. And so I actually kind of since then, I'm like, please just back up. Like, I love that you trust me enough, but it's not going to end good for you,
Well, that's what I've noticed lately here. I've been trying to pull up, like to most people I golf with are right-handed, but I'll usually try to pull up on the right-hand side of the, not directly across from it, but pretty close to the ball, so that my GPS that I have gets you more
Okay,
accurate
accurate.
reading instead of like 5 yards behind or whatever.
Yep.
And there's been a couple times where I'm just sitting there and I look over, I'm like, what if they just, hit this straight right and just
That's when you throw that windshield up.
Or
Am I in the danger zone?
like I'm not
Yeah.
even I'm like almost parallel to him, so like the windshield ain't gonna do shit. Like it's gonna come right at me.
And that's like if you're a good golfer and like you trust all your shots, fine. But like, yeah, if you're like me and there's a good chance, it's like, please, yeah, just stand right behind me because I do not want to pay your medical bill. Like,
I got
Also, I
one
think
that's
Jordan would be perpendicular to him for the record.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right. You are correct.
geometry. That's one that's not dangerous, but it's more embarrassing. Is like when you gotta take a leak and then you go in the bushes. You're like, all right, I can't hear anything. Nobody's around, and also you just hear like the cart girl.
oh, I ain't embarrassed.
Mhm, mhm. No one can see your thing from very far away anyway.
You just
so.
move your head. Hey, we're over here.
I'll take 2 Schlitzes. You got them?
Give me 6 Schlitz.
Yeah, how about some lats?
I tried to buy a Red Bull from the cart girl at the Bridges, and they said they only sold it as a mixer, and I was like, whatever.
And
So
warm.
you could have. Well, I don't know if it was warm or not, but like she could have just like sold it to me at like drink price, like,
Yeah.
and just said she made a drink with a mixer, and I was like, I just want the Red Bull, and she was like, no, we can't do it.
probably
I was like,
just as
whatever.
much.
That doesn't
Probably.
make-
I
that doesn't
doubt
make
it.
any-
Yeah, right.
Oh.
I was like, it's fine. I'll pay $4, like whatever. It's fine. Like,
Yeah, that wouldn't have made that much of a
just
difference.
want
I
it.
wouldn't think.
yeah, like just pour the booze out and give me the Red Bull. I don't care. Like,
How can we make this transaction work, lady?
yeah, like it shouldn't be this hard, but whatever. I don't need it that bad, so never mind. Like,
You're damn right you
Never-
don't, because you're not getting it.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I hope you didn't, because you ain't getting it.
I feel like even like, would you have probably tipped better too if she would have been like, okay, yeah, I'll.
Well, I didn't tip her at all because I didn't buy anything then.
But that's
So,
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying though. If she would have been
Just
like,
lost
okay,
herself
we'll
a
make
good
an
customer.
exception.
yeah,
I
she could
think
have
I
made
would've
herself a
tipped
buck or
better.
two. Yeah.
Just be like, nope, can't have it. Be like, oh, I have to take a gin and tonic. She'd be like, get the fuck out of here right now.
Leave right now.
Shoot, but never mind. It's on the house. I didn't know you were such a classy gentleman.
By the way, here's that Red Bull you wanted.
Yeah, and my phone number.
Was it some old lady or what?
Nah, just some girl. I don't know, 20 something probably.
Just couldn't handle
40
it. huh?
years ago.
Yeah, couldn't handle it. She was just like, I don't think no.
I don't
That's,
think
that's
so.
I only know how to pour alcoholic drinks. I can't
Yeah,
give
I
you
only
this.
know what the card says. I can't think for myself. I don't know.
I can't give you.
I'm sure
just
you
enough
did
for-
fine out there. If you're listening, you probably did fine.
I-
Guarantee she's not a listener.
Oh,
Next time I go there, I'm just gonna ask, be like, hey, Bev card out today? Yeah. Do they have Red Bulls just in case I want one out there? And see what they say.
yeah, can I just get Red Bull?
Absolutely not.
you're just like that one fucking guy that came here.
They had some flyers for some good tournaments coming up that for some groups that were pretty reasonable actually at the Bridges. I don't know if you guys have ever done anything like that, but it was like $80 and you got a round of 18, a dinner, and entered to a raffle and stuff. It was a pretty reasonable price for all that.
You know,
Cool.
that's,
I
no
mean,
date or
we can get in
Well, there
those
was
round
like
here
the
for
one
that
that was
too.
on my cart was for like June 4th, so it was a month old. But the poster in the men's room was for like the 4th of July. So
Well,
a
that's
week
still
also-
okay.
which is
You're
also
getting
comes
closer.
out. I'm sure they advertised, I'm sure that one in the bathroom had been up for a month, but I just saw it, very recently. So
Yeah, we could definitely do something like that in the future, not in the past, but we could hook that
yeah,
up.
we had the Ridge podcast open back in June 2nd. Thanks everyone for coming out. It was great.
Well, speaking of that, Alex wanted to do like a Ridge Golf Open with par tabs. We're trying to get the logistics of that figured out.
Yeah, a buddy kind of said something to me about like you guys should do that. I'm like, that's not a terrible idea to do something like that. I think we definitely could get the people for it and some monetary prizes too, or something like that.
This would not be a charity event.
Yeah,
Blake can make a traveling trophy.
Yeah,
you
could
could.
do
Yeah,
that.
I mean that's what he said too. A trophy and like I don't know.
It's a giant pull tab with functioning tabs.
Or-
I think that'll wear out
or
after a while, but
the Ridge Golf logo, whatever.
yeah.
Well, if we're playing with the par tabs, you know there's going to be money to win. So
Oh yeah, money in the pot.
yeah,
Well, and even like pin contests too. Whenever like the longest
Closest to the pin.
drive, yeah,
Yeah.
close to the pin. You could do stuff like that, and then have some raffle stuff or whatever. And so, kind of in the talks.
I'm in. What's the date? When we doing it?
it's going to be fall.
June of 2020.
There you go, Brady. Just
Very
block
specific,
fall off, okay?
I will reserve all the fall.
You tell your family, nope, we can't do nothing. I gotta be ready to go.
Daddy's
If
got some
you're-
gambling to do.
Yeah.
If you're listening on Spotify, comment with your closest course and dates available, and we'll try to make it work for you.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we'll
I don't
see.
know. Our luck, it'll rain that weekend, but
No, it'll
then we
rain-
can
rain or
practice
shine,
by
man.
lightning.
rain or
Put
shine.
that juju out there.
Yeah, you can get struck by
Daddy
All
lightning.
right, it ain't gonna rain, I guess.
Well, don't say that either, because now it's definitely going to rain.
Well, we were kind of talking too, like would we do like 9 or 18? Like I said, I always prefer if I can get 18 and to do 18, but
Yeah, I feel like for an event, you all got to do 18, right?
Yeah. like we did for like our family one, we did 9, but it goes so fast. Like it's fun, but I wish we were out there longer.
Right, but then if you're doing something like that, then you have to, if you're going to try to do a shotgun start, that's kind of hard to organize with the golf course because then they have to make sure nobody's out there playing
18
at
holes.
that
Yeah.
time.
So,
And they,
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
feel
think
like
for a
the-
charity, they're a little bit more leeway with that. It's just a bunch of guys out there gambling.
well,
Yeah,
It means you got
Maybe.
deep pockets, right? Yeah, sure.
Right.
I
Not
don't know.
necessarily.
I'm sure we could work something out with the
I
course.
mean, depending on which group of friends I invite, we can definitely make some money for them off the beverage carts. So
Yeah, and like I said, I think we can get. I think we can easily get enough people out there for that.
we'll
No.
figure it out. The Ridge the Ridge Golf Annual Par Tab Open Event Tournament Challenge. How long of a title can we make?
Did you just come up with that? That's brilliant.
Yes, I did.
You've been sitting on that.
coming this
I think-
fall.
Coming sometime in fall, maybe.
Were you talking like
or
in,
next
in the
year.
office when Michael had that run and he made it like a paragraph for the charity? I
I
can't
watched
remember-
The Office one time. I don't know that was even a
You
thing.
stole that straight from that show.
I didn't even know it was a thing.
How dare you?
He saw that one episode.
We should have a golf charity event to cure rabies.
That's what, so you've seen it for sure.
Going back to the dangers of golf, like if you're golfing in the winter, you got to be careful because the ice is slippery out on the lake, and you could end up sleeping.
How
in
many
water.
people are out golfing in winter? I mean, geez.
I mean, there's
We are.
about 20 that I know of.
Yeah, I was that ice was quite slippery. I was down and out for about a week and a half. I don't know, 2 weeks.
I thought you
that was
shattered
a hard
your hip.
fall.
I did too. I really thought you did some damage.
Well, all good now.
Ready for next year.
Next year, I'm bringing the ice rippers for sure.
That's when the Ridge Golf Open should be.
At the Eskimo Open. There we go.
Yeah.
One danger too, and this is probably super uncommon. I don't know if it's ever happened to you guys. Have you ever had a club slip out of your hands?
No,
No,
Never.
Never. All right.
a club head fly off after you hit a ball.
I have had that happen. Yep. Luckily, no one was in front of me, but yeah, that would have hurt pretty good.
Oh, I just thought of another one too. Bees and or wasps.
wasps.
Yeah. You don't want to run into a group of those. I tell you what.
No, dude, I
Yeah.
hate bees.
That's
I
had to
do.
happen where like someone hit a ball and hit it into a tree or something, and there was a nest or something in there
Yeah,
and knocked that
hornet
down.
nest.
I'm
Yeah.
sure that's
Or
happened.
those ground bees.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, the ground bees or ground wasps would be the worst because you
Yeah.
wouldn't see them and then you'd step right on them and you'd just be swarmed. Fire ants or ants, that'd be bad too. Land a ball and a bat to those.
That was the
Just
first
bugs
time
in general. Fuck bugs. I hate bugs.
the first time I actually ever got stung was Blake's fault. He was shooting a BB gun into the ground at a bee's nest, and I
Smart.
decided to stand still when he missed one. And I was like, "No, they won't sting you if you stand still." And I got hit like twice.
glad you
False.
tested that theory.
I was like 5.
Like a T-Rex. They don't sting you if you stand still.
They can't see you. They can't see you.
That's what I heard. I was a little kid. This was last year.
Yeah, if you're by ground bees, I think that's an automatic drop. No penalty.
Yeah, I don't think I do a penalty for that.
No.
If it's Blake,
Right.
I'm making him go in there and shoot it.
Yep.
That's a 2-stroke penalty right there.
Yeah. Don't you dare move that ball. You son of-
We see you taking off strokes.
You're shooting for 5.
Drives by, throws like 3 clubs into the bee's nest or into the ground bee thing. You're shooting 5.
Trying to think of other hazards out there. I mean, mainly getting hit by a ball is like numero uno.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know.
I mean, totally off the hazard path, but I was up in Minocqua this past weekend. I tell you what, boys, there's like 3 or 4 decent looking courses up there. Maybe we need a fella's trip up to the cabin and play a few rounds up there. That could be a decent time.
All expenses paid.
Yeah, whose cabin
Well,
is this?
If it's the cabin, it's for freezies, at least to stay. So
Yeah, there you go.
I'm all right with that.
I'm not paying for your golf, but I'll cover your lodging at the rate
Why
of
not?
$0.
I wonder if that one of those, any of those, are on the old Golf Moose.
So there was Tomahawk. What's that called? Ishnala
that-
Country Club in Tomahawk was on Golf Moose. I don't think it is
That's not
anymore.
too far away. That St.
Yep.
Germain one is up there, and I heard that was like top 25 in the state or something. So that could be a nice one.
Sounds expensive.
Yeah, wait till Alex sees these greens.
Yeah. You got some discount golf course up there that's going under that.
Bring your bucky book. There's a lot of mini golf courses in the area. You could probably afford those. prices.
I'd probably be
Yeah.
better off with regular golf.
As soon as Alex saw the $200 green fee, then the $50 caddy fee, and then the $75 gratuity fee, and he's out.
Yeah, I wouldn't
He's
even,
out.
Yeah, I wouldn't even look at that place.
If I have to hire a caddy, I'm honestly also probably out. I don't want someone else carrying my clubs and or watching me play golf.
But don't you
Like,
want that experience once though? Like I think
I
that'd
know,
be
just
fun to
one
have just
time.
once. Yeah.
So I actually experienced it from the other end. I used to caddy at Maple Bluff Golf Course in like high school or middle school to make some extra bucks. Like,
You
Did you give
bringing
them
that up
golf
now?
clubs that were?
so I don't know.
You just
It
bringing
was-
that up? You're
Yeah,
just bringing
bring it
that
up
shit up
now.
now?
Yeah, why?
We've had
Never
like
came up
10
before.
podcasts.
Damn.
I've been
Nobody
caddying
ever
for
asked
like 20
before
years.
if I ever caddied. Jeez.
Well,
Yeah, that's like a major thing. Like that's
doesn't just come up in normal conversation.
Yeah,
yeah, right?
Hey, has any 4 of us, caddied for anybody at any time
Yeah.
in their life?
Me.
If Brady's over here, he's a freaking
Changes the whole dynamic of this podcast now.
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
Did you give them really small clubs?
I gave them regular size. I mean, it's their club, so I don't know.
Just trying to sneak yours in.
I was gonna say if we
Give
could have a
him-
caddy and they'd carry Brady, like, sir, you need better clubs or longer ones, or not use your kids.
Say, hey, let me shoot my own golf clubs, you dumbass.
Watch this shit.
Yeah.
I
Welcome to
did
the
just
show.
see a video of a professional golfer, and as a prank, they had like this fake caddy go with him, but they passed it off as he was like a professional. And he didn't really know what he was doing, but he kept giving him like wrong clubs. Like they kept trying to, like he would give him a driver in the fairway, and then like when he would go to putt, he'd give him like a 6-iron or something. And that was a pretty funny video to watch. That'd be so frustrating though, especially like if you take it super seriously and a professional.
I don't know if we've talked about this before in the podcast or not, but you ever see those TikToks of he calls himself the DOD King?
Driver
He's
off the deck.
Yeah, driver off the deck
Oh.
king. And he literally
Yeah,
he goes to a golf open and he'll stroll up and he'll just drop his fucking ball right on the tee box, line up and just smoke it with the driver right off the grass. I'm like, that is honestly that's a decent flex. Like that's impressive.
Yeah. Especially when
I
he,
am impressed.
when he smashes it that far. Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
impressive.
You never saw that back in your caddy days?
No, they weren't pulling those moves out, man. So I don't know if you know much about Maple Bluff, but it's like the rich, stuffy folks of Madison. Like it's a pretty swanky course, pretty swanky area. Like, I mean, the governor's mansion is in the Maple Bluff like neighborhood. Like it's a real uppity up place. Like I don't know.
So I
So
just
that's what-
imagine Caddyshack,
Yeah,
Brady, you know, the
basically, like,
caddies
those are
there.
the people you're caddying for. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll end it on that. But next week, I
Oh,
want to hear all about your caddying days.
Yep, you better be
I
giving
think you
out
just heard them.
stories.
Yeah, you just I basically just told you everything there is
No,
to know.
I want your day to day. What was it like? How far did you have to walk? How did you?
No, it was before the days of pedometers. You don't even know. You just freaking walked back then, you know?
Did you ever drop anybody's bag or anything?
I don't think so.
Yeah, we want all the good stories.
I don't,
Right.
I don't think this is you guys.
Did you ever witness a hole in one doing it?
No. But
don't
Save
ruin
it,
our
Brady,
story.
save it.
Yeah,
These are
What are you
rhetorical.
doing?
You're not supposed to be answering these right now.
we're just giving you some. Yeah, we're just giving you some ideas.
All right.
Okay. Well, that's all I got, fellas. Time's up. So thanks for hopping on.
Sounds
See you
good.
next week.
All right, bye.
Later.
Bye bye.
Get out of here!